Morning up there, morning. Hopefully you can hear me all right. If somebody out there wouldn't mind giving me a little audio check, I would appreciate it. Don't have very good camera or crap going on today, but we'll do what we can do. Are you able to hear me out there? What in the wide world of sports is going on here? How about there? That microphone working better? New house, lock and key. You see me, but you don't hear me. Why is my audio gone? Hello. Oh, you do hear me. Wow, I don't hear squat, which is unusual. I hear nothing through mine. I don't know why. All right, well, good. Glad you can hear me. Labs G Keen, man. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Glad to be able to join you this morning. We're glad for you to join me, actually, I guess I should say. You'll have to pardon my setup today. I just didn't quite feel up to trying to hobble the stairs to use my regular system downstairs. Is the audio sound all right? Hear me okay? I thought I had brought up my little lapel microphone, but I can't find it. I don't know where I put it. So there's that. It is what it is. Let's see. What sounds better? Let's run with this microphone for a second. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll change to a secondary microphone. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one sits more in front of the other one's off to the side on the computer itself. Hopefully this one's a little better. It should be. Six-month maintenance at the GM dealership. Well, good luck. Hope that goes smooth as silk. It should. It should. It shouldn't be a big deal. Good. New house. I got that. Was it W whatever energy drink replacement stuff showed up? Yeah. You go for it. Not my thing, so I'm not going to push and sponsor for them at all because it's just not. None of the flavors I got are anything I would ever drink. I just think it's pretty terrible stuff. I'll stick to my coffee, thanks. But then I'm not a big energy drinker either, so there is that. You just never know. Second is a little better. Showy beanies, thank you, sir. That's actually coming from an antique. That is a Creative Labs webcam. I've had that thing probably 20 years. Still works. Isn't terrible. I don't have any Zoom abilities or anything like that with it, but hey, it is what it is. What's everybody been up to? Thank you much for showing up. What flavors did you get? Well, I got the main tub was that Japanese soda. That's probably the one I liked almost the best. Another one was some like mango lemonade or some junk. And then there was a watermelon, which I don't like watermelon flavored drinks of any kind whatsoever. So they were just ones that I was like, yeah, that's stuff that not for me, not my cup of tea. So it is what it is, right? It'd be pretty boring if we all like the same stuff. Well, guys, I have been laid up. Give me a little time to do a little bit of lock picking, but not a lot. Yeah, he hit my lap up and harassed me. And I got to throw out a big thank you to Mr. Lock Squash out there. That dude cracks me up, man. He's a funny guy. But he sent me a care package for while I was laid up, and it had a Bigfoot blanket in it, a Bigfoot pillow cover in it, a stuffed Bigfoot, It was pretty awesome. It kind of made my day when that showed up right after surgery. So that was really sweet of him. Great guy, dudes. All right. Yeah, so I had a little time to play with a little bit of locks. Can't say I got anywhere because I really didn't have the you have s'mores coming. Yeah, that might be all right. I don't know. I'm not going to probably order any more of it because it's just not my thing. Other people can mess with that. That's I'll pump my Black Rifle coffee. All right, GK man, thanks for dropping by. Hopping on in. Have a safe and marvelous rest of your day. So yeah, I'm finally able to gimp around, but the stairs to the basement, I said, yeah, probably shouldn't do that yet. It hasn't even been 2 weeks yet since surgery, but so I probably shouldn't venture down there on my own just yet. But next week, I'll do her. I'll make it happen. So I can have my better gear, my better system, my better setup, do a little better plan. But I played around with some locks. I don't have any. I got a couple new ones I think coming to mess with, but I've been playing with my existings, all my different masters, and finally got a little headway. Kind of get some things figured out on this lovely Zarker. Can't see it. The camera's just terrible for this. Zarker 1100 clone. I mean, they even made the key look like an 1100 key. Terrible little lock, horrible thing, but hey, sometimes it makes him a nice challenging pick, right? The other one I have that I'm going to try out today was sent to me by Mr. Skip Hambrook. This is a Sparrows product. I believe that's a Sparrows product. It is a coin-sized handcuff key. I was reading on this a little bit, and the premise behind that is it's about the same size as regular coins. You just carry it in your pocket with your coins. It kind of mixes in with your pocket litter. If you need it, you can pop the key out of there and try it out. He was saying that it didn't work on the handcuffs he had, so he had a couple of them. He sent me one so I could try it out on some of my handcuffs to see if it would actually work. So we'll pop that thing out here in a little bit, give it a try on some handcuffs, and see what we can do. What's everybody picking on today? I sure hope somebody will be willing to jump in and help me out today. So otherwise, I'm probably going to be boring. Let's see what else today. Oh yeah, that's what I got there. Tell you what, if that key will open those, that's good. These are these Peerless Model 300s, and they have got to be the stiffest shackled handcuffs I've seen yet. I can shim them just fine, but trying to come in through the keyway and pick it, I just destroy picks trying to do that, man. It just eats it up. Unbelievable. But it is what it is. Boring is comfortable and good. Once in a while, yes, you are right, it is. Once in a while. I've been doing a lot of playing while I was laid up with some of my different pick profiles. Been doing a lot of messing around with the deep dog legs, and man, I've been really amazed, honestly, at some of the locks that I've been able to get into and pick using that deep dog leg. I mean, there's a little dinky tiny Avis with, I don't know if you can even make that out, that little keyway on that thing. I can pick this thing with that deep dog leg. Nuts that it's able to get in there. Just saying, because it is a crazy deep pick. But I was working on that, working on this. I think I managed to break my 3D printer last night, so I got to try and figure out what's going on with it. I was printing out a slightly modified 110 or 410 auto lock body. It's a little bigger. It uses 4 screws. There's 4 screw versions are out there. But then I built a custom set recess in it for the Mitten Made Locksport sticker. And I got it done. I got a couple prototypes printed up that are pretty good. I had my final, started the print. It's printing away. I come in here, the print head's buzzing away like crazy, but there's no filament coming out. I can't get it to extract or extrude filament at all. So I'm going to have to tear it apart and see. It almost looks like maybe the gears quit or something. It's not the extruder. It's not feeding it out anymore, which is a really bummer. I don't know how much that's going to be to fix, but I'll maybe see if I can get that opened up today, fix that. I don't know if I'll have time or not. Our grandkids are coming over to spend the night with us, so I'll be entertaining wee ones for a while. Doesn't that sound like fun? Playing with the claw lock tool set. I used it quite a bit while I've been laid up, trying out some different profiles in here and playing. I'm gonna purchase some more of his handles. If I get my printer fixed, I'm gonna try and print some handles for these. Some of these from 44 Delta. These are really cool handles, like those. Like them a lot. They've been working really well. Oh, sorry, got an itch. My knee is itchy just a little bit. I should have had something in here to prop it up on a little. So what are you guys doing? What's everybody working on? What are you picking? What is making your day today? Or ruining your day, as the case may be. Anybody have any thoughts? I tried working on a Medico a little bit. Man, I tell you, that Medico is driving me nuts. I don't get it. I put four pins in it, and I can pick that thing away like crazy, like a madman. Add that fifth pin. Nah, it's a bite me. You ain't going anywhere. Let alone get to the sixth pin. Boy, nobody wants to talk today. It is quiet out there in that chat. Come on, peoples. Talk to me. I gotta have something to interact with and talk about, right? Because I'm just boring without it. Ooh. Or better yet, someone grab the link and come on in and chat with me. What else is happening out there in the wide world of lock sport that I've missed? I tried to keep up a little bit on Discord while I've been sitting on my rump. Don't have much of anything else to do. So look at that. Now today I can't even open a lock. Chuck Soup just got your blue belt. Hot dog. Congratulations. Hey, Skip. I was just talking about you a few minutes ago. Literally 5 minutes ago. Well, congratulations, Chuck. Welcome to Blue Belt Hood. It is an interesting road getting to the blue belt side for me. I'm kind of stuck there. I haven't moved on yet. I have one purple belt lock done under my belt. I have a couple others to work on. One is a Medico that I'm playing with, which is driving me absolutely bat crap insane. The other one is a Agent LS5 Dimple, which I honestly haven't played with that a whole lot. But yeah, that's a huge milestone, dude. Good job. Good work. What lock did you use for your blue belt submission? Guess I can go watch your video, you know. But hey, I was just curious. You kind of went the Pack Lock Pro that a lot of people go. Or if you did something unique. Yeah, the 98 Pro. That's a fun lock, man. That one was an interesting learn. It took a while, but actually a really fun lock. I like it. The only thing I ran into with mine is trying to use top of keyway tension down here. The brass that they use on their core, boy, because initially I was being told, yeah, heavy tension on that thing. And it just eats that brass up so fast. It's ridiculous. And then you got a lock you can't tension. But since I've learned, for me anyway, man, that's probably one of the lightest tensioning locks I've ever used. And a master lock combination lock decoded. Yoo-hoo, nice. You know, I haven't messed with the combination locks yet. I need to. I have a little master combination lock around here somewhere that I've played with a little bit, but I haven't had a whole heck of a lot of luck with it. That is awesome. Congratulations. Those videos are on his channel, so throw your channel link out here. Share it up. Get some people over there looking at your videos. Go watchy. I was talking to everybody, Mr. Skip, about your handcuff key. Matter of fact, well, let's just give it a run. Let's see what handcuffs we can handcuff with a handcuff key. So it's really kind of cool. The only thing I noticed, right, so it comes, I'm assuming it's already attached in here, and you would pop it out, Skip, and that's why it was then taped in, which makes sense. I'm assuming it's attached in here, and they just cut it out. The only thing, if you're going to actually carry that in your pocket, you better polish that thing up, because those edges it's sharp. It is a sharp little doodad. So I'd be careful with it. So let's just see what we get. Break you free. Ooh, man. Look at that. Hey, Mr. Dean P. That is a tiny, tiny key. All right. So we're just going to try it in this lock here first without even putting anything in there. Yeah. You'd be pretty hard pressed. Whew, I got it in there. Is it going to turn in there? No. Well, don't fit in my Peerless. So I'm not sure what good this little key is. Let's try it in here. That works fine on these Viper Techs, but not very good as an emergency key. Is this from Sparrows, Skip? Is that where you got it from? What I was guessing is that it was Sparrows. We'll try it on this set of. There, I finally got it to go on that one. This is another cheapy pair. These are Bulldog Tactical, I think is where those were from. No namers. But yeah, if anybody else has seen one of those and had any luck with it, that is a little dinky key. Comes in a coin like that for you to carry in your pocket. It was sent over to me by Skip because he said it didn't work in his handcuffs. Wanted to see if it worked in mine. Works in my Viper Techs, works in the Bulldog Tactical, does not work. Yeah, Sparrows. Yeah, it does not work in here. Oh, there I got it. There I got it. Wow, that is a tight fitting key. But it does work. Spittos. Spittos. Wow. I don't know what cuffs that's designed to fit, but it does work in there, Skip. See that? Well, these are Sparrows, but I don't know how well you'd be able to do that while you're wearing them. Because I mean, yeah. There, man, I got to work like crazy to get it to go past and in. Ooh. Very, very tight fit. Crazy. I don't have any other brands. Those are the only 3 handcuffs I have. So maybe we'll pass this along to somebody else to try out something different. See if they have any luck. But it does go eventually in those, but you got to really work it. Really, really work it. So there. I will use it on all three of those. I might, like I said, I might pass it on to somebody, or maybe I'll try and tweak it a little bit. I almost think it's that the tang up here is a little bit too wide. And I might take a grinder to it and narrow that down just a hair and see if it fits a little bit better. Because that's what it feels like. It's just, you got to really play to get it around in there because it is just really tight. On these, it was pretty easy because it fit pretty loose. These are pretty loose tolerance cuffs, though. But again, if you do run one of those, be careful. That bugger comes out. That is sharp. Woo. So I get it. They can't really polish it up because it's in there for you to carry. It's a cool design, cool idea. Be able to carry that in your pocket just like a coin and have a handcuff key tucked in it like that. It's pretty neat. Yeah, absolutely, Skip. Thanks for sending it on along. It's like I said, it's a cool design. I'm betting that it's just that tab is a little bit too wide, so I'll try and tweak it a little bit first, see if it makes it work better or not. Because it just might be the thickness too, which you got to have a little bit of thickness with it only being a half key profile, right? Otherwise, it's just going to bend and break. But that's pretty strong, which that's pretty typical. I mean, it's one thing I will say with Sparrows, whatever they're doing with their steel's pretty doggone strong on their picks. Still looking for a guest appearance. If anybody's feeling bold. Let's see. What else should we try and mess with today? Oh, let me get this back. I really like these tension tools. These have been really good. I think you got a solid 8 hours of sleep. Hot dog. All I have to do is drink a couple of monsters before bed and makes me sleep. Isn't it amazing how some of those things affect some people more than others? I've never been a big monster drinker, but a lot of that for me is the flavorings. A lot of the flavorings that they use in those things I just find absolutely nasty. But anywho, where I was going before I rudely interrupted myself was coffee. I can sit down, I can drink a pot of coffee and then head for bed and sleep like a baby. Doesn't bother me. Other people, they can pretty much walk by and smell a cup of coffee and they're up for the night. See if we can get this stupid thing open again. We were just talking a bit ago, I was trying out that Dubby, I think it's Dubby, energy drink replacement mix stuff. They were looking for people to sponsor their product and promote it. And I signed up. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. But I got it. And it's not for me. There's no flavors in there that I really care for that I would drink. So I'm not gonna be a sponsor for them or something that I wouldn't use myself. You know what I mean? Oh, coffee. It's good for the soul. Mark Carter, how are you this morning? Yeah, I hear that from a lot of people. Coffee doesn't do that to me either. I guess it's the inbreeding, right? What country is it they say? Is it Norway or is it Sweden? It is the highest coffee drinking country on the planet. It's one of those two. Well, I'm half Norwegian, half Swedish, so it just comes natural. Got to drink coffee. Mr. Mountain Mick, good morning, sunshine. How are you? This Cheesemo lock, dude. Whew. Well, that could have something to do with it. I've heard that makes some of that stuff a little more difficult to stomach. Swamp Picker. Good morning. Link is pinned in the top of the chat. If anybody feels like hopping in and helping this poor dumbass. I'm smiling. All right. I'm not doing too doggone bad, man. Considering where I'm at the moment, I'm doing pretty good. You have to pardon the whole setup I've got going on today. I wasn't quite feeling up to trying to walk the stairs this morning to get to my regular lock lab. So it's an impromptu setup in this is my office where I work from home out of. But Monday will have been 2 weeks since I've had knee replacement surgery. And yeah, I'm cranking it right along. I am walking with just a cane and getting around. I'm back to driving already. So the roads are dangerous again. Oh, good. All right. Gotta bring this up. So yeah, life is good. I've been hammered it away over at physical therapy and getting bent and twisted and ground up. And oh man, this is probably, I think, one of the best deals in the lockpicks right now, period. Just because of everything that you get in this kit for what it costs is stupid good. It really is, man. What are they? 50, 60 bucks for the complete set? Hey, Skip, I just saw your message. I didn't have Discord open this morning. Sorry about the knee. And yeah, it's doing great. Said I am walking away. I'm able to do stairs, but I just wasn't feeling up to trying to manage it on my own this morning, just in case something were to happen. The wife would kill me if the fall down the stairs didn't. So, but next week I'll be down there. The only thing I'm not crazy about on these is trying to use them just as is. But I'm never a big fan of these single layered picks, but especially these because they've got these scallops cut out up here. Actually kind of dig into the fingers and make it a little uncomfortable. But they're beautiful picks, man. Great profile selection in there, and they work extremely well. Turn around and do some of these 44 Delta handles. That's cherry right there. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Yep. If they still have these, they've said they've been on clearance, right? I think they're trying to get to phase this set out. But dude, it is a comprehensive set. The tensioners are some of the nicest tensioners I've used for the money. Crazy good kit. But yeah, I think that was kind of my understanding is that this is one they're phasing out, and that's why they have them on sale so cheap. But they must have had a lot of stock because they've got a lot of them. The hard part now is getting them here because of all the tariffs and crap that's going on. Yep, I want to get a set of the minis. I thought about asking Aaron if I could finagle getting a set thrown in on my order that he's finishing up. I'm running out a lot of inventory again in the shop, so I've got to. My orders keep getting bigger. It's ticking the wife off, right? Because everything that comes into the store just goes right back out to buy more inventory because I'm not making squat on anything. So I've got to. My orders get bigger. It seems like every month I'm ordering more and more stuff. These locks. I hate these locks. I haven't opened a single lock yet today, have I? Never fear. We are here. We will not open a lock. Like I was saying, though, this little tiny Avis, I mean, that's a small lock. I like this, though. It's a fun little lock. But I can actually pick this thing, or have been able to. See if I can today. Look at the keyway compared to my deep dog leg. I mean, it takes up just about the whole dang thing. Yeah, that's what my wife would say. Falling that way, she'd get more insurance money. They work way too good and they're strong enough for me to handle. Yeah, I think they'd be a neat little set. Are they small enough to fit in like one of those little, one of their wallets, front pocket wallets? Would it work? Because I was thinking if they were small enough, they'd be a nice one to add to a card in that. I got one of the Southern Specialties wallets. I'm really liking it, actually, more than I thought. And the only thing for me with the wallet is I've always been I'm a cybersecurity guy, right? I like a wallet that is RFID blocking. Well, of course, with that leather, you're not going to have that. I'll show it at some point. I don't have my wallet on me right now, right? I'd show you what I did. But I had an old front pocket RFID blocking wallet, and the RFID blocking on it were a set of carbon fiber scales. Well, I unscrewed those from it, and they're a perfect fit, and I put them inside in the very outer pockets. And then I put my RFID stuff inside of that, my credit cards and things like that inside. And then so far in my testing, that's working. That's blocking the RFID out of it. So I've turned that little leather wallet into an RFID blocking wallet. And those carbon fibers panels are so thin that they don't hardly take up any room in there at all. So I think that's going to work and work pretty well. I have a doorbell in my house, and it's got a RFID token that you can use to arm and disarm the alarm system when I go in and out. And I stick that inside of that wallet with those scales in there, and I can't use it anymore. It blocks it. I'm going to test it with my RFID card at work once I ever get back to my office on my server room door to verify that. But that was my only real concern with it. Other than that, I kind of like it. It's a neat little wallet. It's quite a bit thicker than the current front pocket wallets I've been using. But yeah, I might see if I can work something out, buy something from them to get them to throw that in as an extra in there, or not, include it in my order so I can get a set of them to try out. They look pretty neat. I have the full size Force kit, and I like it. You scared your 98 Pro with a mini set. But that's one thing. So if you're going to have something like that mini set, which Dean, you're using the crap out of yours. But it's like, if you're going to have like one of the little pocket tools like mine, or whether it's Sparrow's or whoever's, if you're going to have something like that as your daily and you're going to carry it, you better be using it, practicing with it, and do some real world practicing with it. Because what good does it do? It's no different with that or carrying a firearm or whatever it may be. If you've never used it, it's useless. You're not going to be able to use it when you need to use it. Yeah, I was looking at the profiles he's got on that mini set. It's pretty dang cool. Maybe one day I'll talk him into making me a one-off custom set with dog-leg profiles. Sorry, had to throw that in there. But I saw it's got a nice reach tool. It's got a couple of rakes, and I think there's 2 rakes and 2 picks, and a tension tool. It looks really cool. It looks really cool. That's what you got to do, though, right? You have to use those tools, because if you don't use it, it's going to be useless to you when you need it. It really is. I break out and use my pocket sets every so often and play with those. Let's see, where did I put that set? No. I might have not have brought that set upstairs. I left it downstairs. Like on a kit like this is the Sparrow's EOD set. The thing that I kind of am interested in, and I'm curious to get your guys' thoughts here. So this thing comes with, that's the problem. Some of these, you can't get them out of that damn kit. I tried to play with my kit and I kind of jacked it up, so I got to do something different. So this comes with this, and it comes with a shove knife. Now, quite honestly, to me, this is redundant and isn't needed. I'd rather have just this. This will do everything this will do, plus, and it's smaller. That's just my 2 cents. And honestly, this one from Sparrow's, I think I have one other one of these. Can't stand it. This is one of the worst designed shim cards out there. I think, anyway. I'll kind of show you what my beef is with it. I haven't messed with this one much, or this one at all yet, actually. This was made for me by Southern. I had them downsize it. I wanted it actually a little bit smaller, a little bit narrower, so it would fit in a specific case. But you tie a little bit of cord on there. And with this one, it's got that sharper point over this. I can get this behind latches, that this one I can't get in squat. It's just too blunt. Give you a 5-in-1. What's the 5-in-1? A shove knife? I don't know what you're talking about with a 5-in-1, but to me the design of this one just isn't as good. Oh, I agree with you. Redundancy, yeah. Better handle. Harbor for $5. What do you mean better handle? Better handle for what, Mr. Mountain Mick? But that's just my 2 cents. That's the problem that I've had with this one. I've tried using it a little bit, and I've got some places that I've been able to get in there with it. But this is just much easier to slide in and get that initial go and pop one than this is. But again, like I said, everything that I can slide this in behind, I can hook with that and do the exact same thing. And I can use it with the shove, and it just, to me, this does everything the other one does. So that's my 2 cents. A 5-in-1, sir. Yeah. Is this what you're calling a 5-in-1? I've never heard of them referred to a 5-in-1. Welcome back, Chuck. Yeah, if you put a string through the hole that's on there, it's the same thing with this one, right? I've got the small hole here. I have put a little 550 cord on there on the other one that I used. This is a spare that I have. You call the shove knife, you call that a gutting tool? That? As a gutting tool? I've never used that for a gutting tool. Yeah, I've always heard that referred to as a shove knife. But, whatever works, man. Whatever works. Everybody's got different names for different tools, right? You can hop on here and bring up your camera and show us, Mr. Mountain Mick. You don't have coverage where you're at today, huh? Yeah, you're going to be moving here soon. This is one that's probably going to go in one of my giveaway packs or something at some point. I downsized it just a little bit, and I'm trying to remember what my thought process was there. I think I remember what it was. I think it was because of this kit. I wanted to be able to put one. Yeah, actually, here's my other one. I wanted one that would fit in here better, just a little easier, and fit in the wallet a little easier. See, there's what I'm talking about. So I've got the 550 cord on it. And here's the Southern Specialties version of it with my logo on there that I've got. But yeah, there, see, that's got same thing. Latch tool, push shove knife. It's a great tool. Very handy. But yeah, there I've got the 550 cord on there. So yeah, you can put that in, and then you've got the cord you can use to kind of help with your pulling to get it out. Really like this one. I like the size of this better than the big full-size ones. That's just me. That's why I asked him if he would do that. And he agreed to make me one set. So I got 2 of each out of that purchase. And I like it. I like the little smaller size. I think that's a good dealio, dudes. I really do. Good grief. Yeah, that's interesting. Isn't it comical how there's so many different... Yeah, I've seen the big rubber-handled jobs on some of these, and the big full-size ones. I personally like the small one because, again, I'm liking the covert little stuff that I can easily drop in a pocket and carry and go. instead of the big full-size shove knife. And honestly, that's plenty big to get me in trouble. So I still have yet to figure out these jiggler tools. Yes, that's what these are supposed to be, or jiggler tools. Are they for specific types of locks or what? Because I have opened 0 with these things. I cannot figure out how the hell you're supposed to use them to save my life. So I need somebody at some point that knows what the hell they're doing to come on and show me. Educate me on what I'm doing wrong. And I'm sure that's what it is. It's just me doing it wrong. Hey, morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, mister. How are you today?
Not too shabby.
I'm just waking up. I just thought I would come join the show to show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This right here is what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's one of their big scrapers from down at Harbor Freight.
That's right, sir. And it works great. See how it's cut almost the exact same way as what you're talking about? You can buy one of these from anywhere else, honestly, Home Depot or anywhere. This is a classic painter's tool for scraping the corners and getting all the caulk. So that's what it's originally designed for. It's actually got 5 different tools originally. That's why it's called a 5-in-1. This one's actually like a 9-in-1 or a 16-in-1 or something crazy. That's all the little can openers and doodads you see on it. But as long as it's got the main couple of cuts, you're good to go.
Yep. Hey, Lord of Madness. Welcome on in, good sir. Yeah, I know they're made for wafers. I have wafer locks and I have other jigglers, and I can open those locks no problem at all. I can't open squat with those wafer jigglers. I just don't know what the hell I'm doing with them. Apparently, I just don't know how to use the stupid things because I can't open anything with them. Say hello, everybody, to Mr. Lord of Madness. He is from over in Norway, right? Glad you could hop in and join us today, good sir. He was my first international customer from my store. First international shipment I had went to him.
He found me yesterday.
I was pretty stoked and excited about that. I was like, holy crap. Somebody from overseas.
I was happy too. I had no idea you guys knew each other already. That's really cool. What a small world.
Yeah. What a small world. Exactly right. Right. I know they should work on basic cabinet clocks. I have a basic cabinet clock that is out, right, that I have used from practice on it. I cannot open them with that tool. Give me some of my other wafer jigglers that I've got, open them up and nothing flat. Try it with those. I get absolutely nowhere. Now, like I said, I'm sure it's just a technique or how you're supposed to use them. I don't know, but they're pretty bad, right? Small world. At one point, I would love to get over there. I haven't convinced my wife yet, but I actually still have family in both Norway and Sweden. They've come here and visited, and it would be wondrous to come over there and see them and visit around. I don't remember exactly where they're from. The ones that have been here have been from Sweden, not Norway. But hey, there you are playing with your little, what is that set called again?
This is the Mace 1 and 2. I decided that since I didn't feel like breaking my entire set out, I would do exactly what you were talking about and do a little playing around with my EDC stuff.
You know, that's just it, right? Like I said before, if you don't play with the stuff and use it, you're going to lose it, and it's not going to be any good for you when you need it.
That's right.
Stu's lovely up there.
I got this one beat. I'm just trying to turn it. There we go. It's a little hard to get these bigger ones with just the turner that comes with it, but it can be done.
They're a cool little set. I actually wouldn't mind getting that Mace set just because it's neat looking. And then do like what somebody did for you, right? Printed out a little 3D card that holds them. And then
Walt Cade prints these out. You can send him a self-addressed stamped envelope, and he'll send you one for free. Or he will give you the file to 3D print your own.
I was going to say, but I managed to break my 3D printer, so I got to figure that.
I keep mine tucked in to the Reaper set here and carry it around that way. But I actually used to carry it in the back of my cell phone between a few cards, so it will definitely fit in a wallet.
I was thinking the same thing there, Chuck Soup. Rubberized icy hot. That is a description I can't say that I've ever heard before. Is that the smell that you get when you're in one of those rubber suits and you got your icy hot on? Ooh, that'd be a brutal way to go, wouldn't it? Whew.
The Masons are kind of cheap too. That's one of the reasons I like them too, Greyhound. It's like $12 for each set. I think it's maybe 25 or $30 for the whole thing that I've got put together. It's 2 different sets.
Yeah. Well, if you ever do decide to come, Lord of Madness, if you feel like hitting up the Wyoming side of the world and checking out maybe Yellowstone or some of the attractions here, let me know, and I would be happy to take you around and show you a few things. That would be
Yeah, I saw some pictures that you and I believe Mace Dog were sharing the other day, and man, that place is beautiful.
It is. It is a very. It's a place, but Wyoming doesn't exist. There is no such place. Yeah.
I've heard that before. It's a hidden treasure.
There's a lot of shirts going around that say that Wyoming doesn't exist. Don't move here.
If they tell you the single pin picking doesn't work with these, they lied to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the little hook works great. You're not going to get deep with it, just like most of the Sparrows stuff that's EDC, but it does work pretty well as long as you practice with it.
Yeah, if I can ever convince the wife to let us go over there, I will let you know, sir, because I think that would be an awesome place to go check out and see.
And since I added my Reaper kit with those nice Delta handles, I swapped my EDC set up a little bit. I've still got the turners in it, but I've got a backup McTickler, so it's in there. And then I've got the FNG 25, the Quint rake, and the standard medium hook. And then I've got this free Peterson in here to have a deep. So that way I've got a low, a medium, and a deep, and a nice rake with my maces to play around with.
I'm thinking about taking my Dremel to the that free Peterson that I got, just because I am not a fan of a round hook. So I'm thinking of flattening the tip off and make it a flat hook.
I will agree with you. I would love to have the same thing done to mine when I get a Dremel, because I've honestly mentioned before, out of all the tools I own, even my cheap Southward set, this is the last one I reach for ever. It's just true. It is what it is. It's just true. It's a rare case use because it's so deep, and I don't really like rounds that much. So.
Well, see, I didn't think it was very deep. To me, that's more like a medium hook.
I agree.
But it's, after I've played with it and used it a little bit, I would never spend the kind of money that they're charging for their picks to buy a set of.
Absolutely not.
There's no way.
You couldn't sell me this pick back for $5 after I've used it.
And I don't know if you've taken a magnet to it to check it out. See that hole in the handle? That's where the metal. That's where the metal ends.
Oh, I knew it wasn't full tang, and that's pretty
pathetic. There is no metal beyond that point in that handle at all.
That's pretty pathetic. I didn't know that, but that makes a lot of sense about the kind of feedback it doesn't give.
Yep, and they're what, like $11 a piece to buy them?
Yeah, I think that's about right. It's about double at Jimmy Long's, dude, and there's no way in hell you could convince me I'd rather have this than the Jimmy Long's.
Yep. Yep, I agree with you completely.
Even without the discount that he gives you at the dog pack, it's a way better deal because the quality is way better, period.
Oh, no doubt. I couldn't believe that when he offered that discount code out to the dog pack. That was nuts.
Yeah, the man is the patron saint of lock sport. I say it all the time.
Absolutely. And, you cannot say anything about the quality of his picks and the price of those picks. I don't think there's anything on the market that comes close.
I totally agree. Totally agree. For the price of them, you're getting top tier quality handle already installed. You're getting the best quality steel I've ever touched, full tang, and the best feedback that I've ever had of any picks that I own.
Well, especially a pick with a handle on it, and to still get that kind of feedback through them.
Absolutely. It really is bonded with that full tang. I mean, it's like it's not there at all, and it's one of the most comfortable handles that I own as well.
$9.50 a piece, Chuck, for the Sparrows or for the Petersons, but $9.50 a piece, or where am I at $10.95 for 3? You get 3 different thicknesses.
What's shipping turn into on that though is the problem.
And the steel feels like it's fine in them, but I'm just not crazy about those picks at all.
Anyway, I can't stay long. I just wanted to pop in and show the show the 5-in-1 tool and play around with my picks for a minute. I don't want to hijack your show,
Okay.
sir.
Oh, hey, like I said, I probably need all the help I can get these days. Today, anyway. I'm gonna try. I think I have about enough. That'll be a good video to do one of these days. Actually, I think I have enough spare parts here to put together maybe even 2 pocket sets. They could maybe turn around as raffle giveaway items.
Doing a little giving away, yeah. Well, I'll definitely have to jump back in the chat for that, just in case.
I might. I've got one of the black glass-filled nylon handles, and then I have an extra aluminum handle, so I can make one of each. And I think I about have enough spare tips and blades, and these are like, I've got like the chaos rake in here. I've got elephant trunks in there. I think I've got dogleg picks in there. So I've got a bunch of really cool profiles to put in there, some half diamonds. I like a half diamond.
I love a half diamond. And I gotta say, for anybody who hasn't tried it yet, that new Jimmy Long's modular single cycloid, it acts like a half diamond, and it's kind of a hybrid too, because you can flip it over and use the backside as a hook.
Right.
I love it.
I've messed around a bit with like the city rake, and I can see the city rake, but there are so many other profiles that do this plus so much more, and a half diamond, man.
The city rake is one I would trade out easily on any of my tool kit lineups for a better deep hook.
Me too. And that seems to be one that Sparrow seems to really like, the city rake.
Their city rake works really well for a lot of people. I've seen Chuck Soup open a 98 Pro with that city rake, so I can see why. But I'm just a bigger fan of the half diamond personally.
I'm actually not in the basement Wild Billiam. Then that's kind of why it looks the way it does. I'm actually set up temporarily upstairs in my office. I've done the stairs, but it wasn't feeling quite up to doing it with nobody else around this morning, so I stayed upstairs, set up in my office. Work from here today. Next week I'll be back downstairs. I am walking around pretty good. I'm using my old handy, my good old outdoorsman polecat. They told me I could use a cane, and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to go buy a damn cane when I've got my hiking staff that extends out. So that's my cane. I thought about throwing my gun rest on top of it and use that for the handle, but blasphemy about the city rake. And I'm not bashing a city rake. It works.
It's good for bullying. I'll give it that.
There's just a lot of other rake profiles that I would rather have in a kit than a city rake.
Absolutely.
Me personally.
Give me a triple peak and a triple worm and a half diamond, and I'm all set on rakes.
Well, that's the one thing I will say that is kind of weird on this Law tool set. Look at all those rake profiles that comes in that kit.
Yeah, it is really a balanced attack on that Law set. It's got so many of both. I think it's a great deal for anybody starting out building a kit.
And for the money, man, you can't beat it. It is incredible.
You really can't. And the quality on those, Andrew Law is the Jimmy Longs of the UK, guys. He really makes some great tools as well.
Beautiful stuff. There used to be 3 different styles of city rake, and with the 3, you can open so many different locks. And I think I know what you're kind of talking about there. So here's one city rake. This is the one in the Law Lock. You can see the profile cut out on that one. Get it up here. And yeah, I have other ones, and they have different shapes to them. Let's see. I don't have one in there.
Now, I will say one of the reasons that I really love the FNG is that quint rake that comes in there. I'm a big fan of this quint rake. It will open a ton of locks, and even one of these 530s, it will work. It will bully its way into. So,
I'm not a very good raker. If it's not like a white, maybe an orange belt, I'm probably not going to get it raked open. But that's just me, and I just don't use rakes much.
Same here at Greyhound. If it goes above orange, you're going to see me whipping out the single pins and chasing it down, or maybe hybrid picking it after a couple low hybrid swoops.
The other style of rake, right? So there you've got the Bogotas, the really steep, sharp peaks. I don't like those at all. To me,
I only like the triple and the quint that they come with the FNG.
I don't like any of the Bogota style. To me, that thing is so freaking sharp. It snags and catches, and that's got to be ripping the shit out of your pins because it's so sharp. That's got to be like taking a file to your picks, to your lock pins. So I don't care for them.
I agree with you.
But again,
the smoother ones, like a worm style instead of a peak, I have a lot more opens with. I would have to agree.
Yep, love them.
Big fan of them myself. I'm going to pack out of here for the day, sir. Thank you for having me for a moment. I appreciate the honor.
Yeah, hey, thanks for dropping by. Hey, not too dead. Yeah, we are talking raking. Need to have a raking expert in here. Whoa, what just happened? Wow, that was weird. Am I back? Can you guys hear me?
I still hear you. Just blame it on Mountain Mick. Everybody will understand.
I just had all my monitors, everything just completely shut out.
I'm getting a weird flicker on my end, but I think that's on my end because of the signal. So I'm going to get out of here just in case I'm giving you some issues, and I'll be in the chat. Thank you, sir.
I don't think it was you, but yeah, thanks for dropping by, man. Talk to you later.
Anytime. Have a great day, Greyhound.
All right. Am I back online? Can you folks out there in the real world still hear me? Hello? Hello, Moto? Am I there? Dang it, Dean. He did it again. Yeah, where was blaming Dean? I had some really weird happen. I think it was my computer. Yeah, that's my problem, Wild Billiam, with the Bogotas. To me, they're too aggressive. I don't care for it. All right, good. I'm back. Sorry I lost you. Yeah, Mr. Not Too Dead, we're going to need to have you hop in here one of these weekends with me and give us all some education on raking. Because raking is probably I'm not a good picker. I'm not going to lie. But I would say raking is my weakest area, bar none. Yeah, buddy. I might have to step away for just a second. My puppy dog needs outside. You wouldn't have even known about the blip. Yeah, I don't know what happened. My laptop, both my monitors, everything just went black. It was weird. It's like I dropped everything. All right, I will be back 1 second, folks. Hang tight. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I would enjoy that too. They're not too dead. Link is pinned up at the top if you're feeling froggy this morning. I'd be happy to have you. So here's one of the things I've been working on with my 3D printer, making a Here I'm talking to myself. Good Lord. Yeah, I would love to have that happen, Mr. Not Too Dead. Whenever you are feeling froggy, let me know. Links pinned up the top every weekend. I was saying these are what I was working on for Mr. Stu. 3D printed bodies. Oh, you dirty, dirty, dirty. I got to move my mouse away. I think I bumped my mouse and it clicked the mute button. Again, sorry. Hopefully, I'm back again. I'll be happy when I'm back downstairs in my normal setup where I know where everything's at and everything's laid out better. You know, like here, I got to move this and lay the keyboard in my lap because I don't have any room for anything up here for it. It's just the wrong setup. My other one has a keyboard drawer underneath the desk. This is my normal work desk, so it is what it is. Yeah, well, that's a ghost. The ghosts are all me. It's me. Missed 1 week and I forgot how to do everything. I tell you. 3D printed bodies. Yeah, well, if you missed it, I made a custom insert on this 4-screw that I found online, modified it and added that insert to hold them in and made stickers. And then I also modified it inside because they were not rattle-proof bodies. So these are now rattle-proof bodies. Screws are coming today, so I can actually put a couple together to see what it turns out like. Stu wanted green, so I've been working with green, and that's the filament that has currently broke my printer. So I got to figure that out. I was an infantry guy, so I wanted blue. This is actually glow-in-the-dark filament. I've got my printer working pretty well up until it decided to puke last night. So I got to tear into it and see what I'm going to have to buy for parts to make that poor thing work again. But yeah. Yes, Mr. Not Too Dead, you need to join me one of these weekends when you're feeling up to it and give us all a little raking love and attention. Because like I said, if it's not white, maybe orange, I'm not raking it. I can't even get a lock to do. I hear guys talk about, hit it with a rake and drop it to a full set and then finish it off with a pick. I can't even do that. Sparrow's half diamond coming in today. Do they have something different for a half diamond, Mick? I have, like, again, in this set, I think there's a half diamond in here, wasn't there? No, there's not a half diamond. Yeah, there is a half diamond. But their half diamond is so rounded, it's hard to even call that a half diamond. So I'm wondering if there's a better half diamond out there in their collection than what comes in like this EOD set. Or I think that's the same thing that's in my other Sparrows kit. I don't know where the Sparrows kit is. I must have left it downstairs. It's just not to me, it's not much of a half diamond in those particular ones. And that might be just me, but I'm used to a half diamond being a half diamond. I mean, yeah, I don't have one handy either in any of my other kits that I have up here to kind of show what I'm talking about for the difference. I could maybe dig one out of here, though. Fish one out. Yeah, so let me dig him out. So here is a Sparrow's half diamond. And I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I got a box or something we can put that on. Do you see kind of how rounded off that thing is? There is my Southern Specialties half diamond that goes in the pocket set. Much more pronounced diamond shape on that. So I've not been impressed with this particular one from Sparrows, just because it's such a rounded little nub. Yeah, I tried to do that. I did this with this set, and I put in a Chicago screw, but as you can see, my drilling job did not go as planned, so it turned out pretty shitty. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that. But there's what I came up with it. I did a Chicago screw. I needed to throw a little glue on it, but the whole thought process here was you grab all your picks on your kit. They're all in one group. You grab it, and then you can just grab it, swing out, and you've got the pick that you want for your picking. Done, swing it back up. So, but my drilling did not go as planned. I really messed that up. Destroyed a handful of bits trying to drill it. That is some hard freaking steel, dudes. Just warning you. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that real rounded little nub of a half diamond that comes in the Sparrow sets. It's just not my cup of tea. I mean, I'm not bashing the tool itself. I just prefer one that's a little bit more pronounced. Was talking about the 410 body. What did I miss on the 410 body? Well, you could probably do that with these, honestly, Billiam, because these don't bite into the plastic. It's clear all the way through. I set it up on the other side to recess a nut and then screw in. But it has a lip in there, so you could drop a Chicago screw into this and put this together with Chicago screws. It would work just fine. If you have the right size Chicago screw for it anyway. So let's just see what we got here. If you guys have never messed with one of these, trying to put one together, it can be a little bit of a challenge. So let's just put one together today. I mean, it is what it is. It's fine. I would just prefer if I want to have one a little more pronounced. So this is one of the glass-filled nylon handles that Southern Specialties has for the pocket tool. Let's see, what would we want in there for pick profiles? Let's just move this to the side. Let's see, half diamond. We better have a medium elephant trunk, huh? Got to have a medium elephant trunk hiding in there. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm really liking that new one. Really, really like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, I've seen the ones you're talking about, the Wild William that screw direct into the plastic. I don't care for those. Even like I've got a, I don't know where it is either. I have one that's one of the two screw versions that I grabbed out there, but it was the same type of thing as the one I did. It uses a nut and bolt system. There's more half diamonds. There's a weird reach notch tool. That one might be interesting. There's that. Oh, we better throw. Oh, hey, there's a. Should we put a city rake in there? What do you guys think? A city rake or a chaos rake? Oh, you know, and there's personal preference on a lot of tools as well. And I'm not going to say one's necessarily better than the other either. It all comes down to personal preference. Like I said, I think the steel on these Sparrows tools is perfectly fine. I just don't like the single layer handles, never have. For me, it's a pain in the rear. I don't care for it. I hate using them. So they're the last set I ever go to or grab for. And then some of their profiles to me are just a little funky. But the tools are good. They're made well. They're solid. I think I was trying to be a drug dealer. We better have a deep old dog leg in there. More uses. Yeah, more uses. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I do. Let's see. These little bitty damn Ziploc bags they come up with. There's a regular dog leg. What was the consensus? Chaos Rake? That was, they hadn't done the Chaos Rakes or some of these profiles in the tool. And I put together what I wanted for a pick profile and the ones I'm selling. And Aaron's like, dude, that is a sick setup of picks you've got in there. And I agree. I think it turned out really well. So let's see. Here we have a Chaos Rake, half diamond, medium elephant trunk, deep hook, a deep dog leg, and a regular dog leg. And I think I have room for one, maybe two more in there. What else? Let's look at. I've never messed with this profile as type of a pick, but it might be interesting. I don't know. I just had a little bag of extras. I said, hey, throw me just some extra different profiles and bits and bobs for pocket sets. And he threw a couple others in here that I hadn't used before. So here is an interesting one. It's got the little lifter down here at the bottom. It still has the notched tip on that, like an elephant trunk. It's kind of a neat one. Let's throw that one on there. So let's see. Here we got 6. I think I can put 7 in this, if I remember right. Because I tried to go with the 20 thousandths thickness on all of my profiles for the pocket tools. So let's see, what else do we have that we can put in? Those are all elephant trunks. I already put him in there. We got a half diamond in there. We got the little reach in there. We got the deep dog leg in there. Got him in there. I guess it might end up being a city rake as well. So we might have one more rake. How's that sound, guys? These little teeny weeny Ziploc bags, dude. You got hands like mine, they don't work well. Just the tip. And there is a very lovely little city rake profile. So we'll add that in there. This one gets a couple of rakes and a nice half diamond for zipping or single pin picking. You can single pin pick quite nicely with a half diamond. I would agree, a half diamond is a rather underrated profile and one that everybody should probably have at least one of because it is a very handy dandy little tool. So here is where the fun begins with assembling one of these. So you have your bolt, your nut, your bolt actually, and the handle is actually the nut. So let me get this out of the way. You got to take all of your pickies, line them up in the order that you want them, get them in the correct orientation. Holy cow, I need to get a magnet out here so I can pick them up. We'll go city rake, chaos rake, and then let's go throw stuff on the floor. Guys, I need like a magnet to pick the dang things up because holy Toledo. We'll go half diamond. Elephant trunk. You guys, come on. We'll go with the dog leg. We'll go with this hybrid elephant trunk, and then we'll go deep dog leg. How's that sound in that order? So now what you do is you put these in the handle. And there's room for another pick in here, dudes. We can add another whole pick in there. Because you want it to be snug in there. You don't want it to be real loose because then it's too hard to tighten. All right, well, hey, dude, Lord of Madness, thank you for hopping in. One of these weekends, you should hop on and join. Hop into the live, and we will have a little fun. I think I have a deep dog leg. Let's throw a deep in there, too. I think it's my last deep. Yeah, that would probably help with picking all this stuff up, wouldn't it? We'll go, let's see. Yeah, We'll go here. Holy crap. Yeah, one of those finger cuts would probably help me out. I'm trying to pick these things up because, oh, dude. I like putting the deep out on the very end because the deep is a odd fit in the handle. Okay, so now we have eight profiles in here. So once you have all 8 in there, you have to line that up and put your bolt through. Like a so. So you bolt through, all your picks are in there, right? Yeah, I would love to have you on. Love to. Now, get one of your washers, put the washer on, and then this is your handle, right? So I'll close these in. Start screwing your handle on. You got to see, now look at how lucky I got. First time, it just lined right up. That one went on perfectly. Sometimes you'll get where the handle will want to stop up here, over here, whatever that may be. And then you have to pop the screw out and turn it just one notch, put it back in, put the handle back on again, see where it stops. Keep doing that until you get it to line up where you want it to line up. Yeah, we could use some Norway apps, honkin' we love it when we get our overseas brothers to hop in and introduce themselves and talk to the crew. See, the one thing that I've noticed on these, you got to be pretty heavy-handed, but you can push them. They don't lock down quite as tight as the aluminum handle, but they do work. So there, what do you think of that, guys? What do you think of? But that's how you do it. Like I said, keep rotating that screw until you get it where you want. All right, what do you guys think of that for a pick profile for a pocket set? How does that look? That make you happy? International dogs, absolutely. Like I said, he was my first ever international order. Had me super stoked. The one thing on these, which I'm working on modifying up. So on the aluminums, I have a second tension wrench that I put in there. I'm working on that on these. I include it with them, but some of them, they may not fit quite as nicely. I'm still trying to work out the design on that because they tend to, it just doesn't fit the same. So it doesn't lock into place quite as nicely as what it does on some of the others. But it does work. It does work. All right, now that I have an empty little bag, let me put all of these in a little bag. Yeah, they are. I'm a little biased, but I don't have experience with a lot of other pocket tool sets, but man, I really like this particular set. I like the lockup with that lever on there. I think that was an awesome design choice. Now that one from Sparrows looks pretty dang sick as well. There's a lot of them. They look amazing. I do not have any other pocket tools to compare to, so when I tell you this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, well, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. I like to have a mix up in there of single pins and rakes. I think that's important. I do more single pin than I do raking, but I understand the need for a rake and the place for a rake, especially on a pocket or an everyday carry type tool. You want something that is designed for more rapid entry, right? Well, and if you guys didn't ever know that, there's a screw here at the very top. You can remove that screw and reverse that clip or remove it completely if you don't want the pocket clip. It does come off of these. Same on the aluminum handles, the exact same design, just aluminum instead of the glass-filled nylon. Now, I had issues with the first one of these I ever bought was the gray glass-filled nylon, and mine broke. The glass-filled nylon is split on both sides of the nut. Apparently, they had an issue with it, and they've since fixed it. Oh. Yeah, and this little thing here runs what, $23, fully loaded. So if you want the aluminum version, I think that one runs like $34 for the aluminum. I prefer the aluminum just because it locks up a little tighter. But either way, they're an awesome tool. I've got some more of those coming in. But yeah, they're great. So there we have one put together. I think I probably have enough to do another one maybe. And like I said, I have one more. I have an aluminum handle. It's a used handle. It used to be my handle. I swapped out for one of them with the dog logo on it. But for the money, I'm not going to say it is the best pocket tool set out there, but for the money, it is pretty doggone hard to beat. You know, you're talking similar money to the H&H pocket set. And, you know, hey, I carried that H&H and used it forever. But the pick profiles on this is far better than what you got in the H&H. But the little H&H has been an absolute out freaking standing unit. Because, yeah, I think, let me double check. Like I said, I want the I would like to try out the Sparrows pocket set because I do like the look of that thing. It's pretty damn nice. Yeah, it's $25 for this set, and then the aluminum one I think is another like $10 more to get the aluminum handle. But me personally, I prefer the aluminum handled version. But again, if you want a cheap one to throw in a bag, throw in a kit, and just have with you as an extra, man, I tell you. Yeah, it's $39 for the aluminum. So, but then the aluminum has my logo engraved on it. Got to have a little swag going, right? Gotcha to do it. Gotcha to do it. But yeah, I would like to try out the Sparrows or some of the other pocket knife tools as well. And at some point, I hope to do that. Open to CL, first ever. Yeah, I have one CL that I've opened. I have another one that I've been working on. Ooh, dude, it is from, I believe it's in one of Nick Vitt's locks, and holy Toledo, man. I have gutted it down. I have 2 pins in it, and I still can't open the damn thing. The biggest problem I've got is I can't get tension wrenches to fit it, to be able to do it. I've tried stacking tension wrenches, and I just don't get a good fit. I think I have some more CLs on the way in. I have a couple I need to send off to somebody else. There was somebody here a while back that wanted to do a little trading for one of my logo locks, but I don't remember who it was. It came up on a live, and I don't remember. So if you're on here or you see the video later, reach out and let me know who that was. And because I have 2 left of our Master 6835s. I have 2 of them that are engraved. I'm probably going to open at least one of them up and do a little pin work to it, make it a little more challenging of a lock. But that's probably one of my favorite locks to pick too, are these 6835s. That is just a sweet, sweet little lock to work on. Really do enjoy them. I've kind of wallowed the poor snot out of this thing though, so. But this thing has been picked hundreds and hundreds of times. It is nuts how many times I've gone through this lock and messed with it and tried different types of tools and different techniques. And see, it just likes to throw the tension wrenches right out of there because it's just wallowed out. I guess I might have to learn how to tension block instead of talk. Yeah, I know I need to work on another CL as well, but I haven't had time to do it. And picking them, I'm trying to work on some of the stuff towards my purple belts. I haven't had necessarily a lot of time there, but I need to mess with that one and Nick Bits a little bit more before I decide to say this thing's beyond my skill level, which I highly think that it is. That thing is absolutely a nuts little lock for me. So I'll throw it on to somebody who's a far more skilled picker than I. Which leaves an awful lot of people to pick from. And I tell you how much I love opening this lock, and then I can't open this lock. I hate opening this lock. That's what I meant to say. I hate this lock. It's fun because it's an interesting lock. It gives some decent feedback. Like I said, this one's kind of wore out at this point, but and I may not like this deep hook either. Might be too much for it. I might be oversetting things too easy. Yeah, I've got my Dremel. I was working on 3D printing. I actually found a STL file to 3D print a vise for holding your Dremel, because I found that's key. I've used my tabletop vise here and clamped my Dremel in it, so that way I can use both hands on the tools as I'm cutting pins, and that does help get a little bit better, because like my first lock that went out, oh dear Lord, the pins are ugly.
Sometimes you got to talk dirty to it. Maybe give it a little lubing.
I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to call it quits on my live here pretty soon, guys. My knee's not real happy sitting here like this. I'm probably gonna have to go ice it up a little bit today. Oh, there we are. Oh. I do like those. I like the feedback they give. It's actually a nice lock. After all, communications is key. Yeah. So that's the key for these. It's nothing horrible, but it's a fun lock. Yeah, I've used this to hold my Dremel, and it works fine. But when I saw that 3D print for it, it's actually really cool. It's a whole desktop unit, and it's got the mount for the Dremel, and then it actually allows you to move it so you can adjust where you're at. And it was really cool. So I've been thinking about 3D printing one of those up, just made specifically for it. But this works quite well as well. I'll put it in here and I'll have it down facing this way, holding my brass stock. And that way I can work my files and blades with both hands and just be a little more precise on the cuts on the pins. And it helped a lot. I need to get another clamp and another screw, because I have the big base version of this as well. And the big base version would just be more stable yet for holding the Dremel. And then I'll have like one of these upstairs and one downstairs. I've got two, but there we go. I think this one will be showing up as a giveaway item on one of these weekends. You know, that's what I thought too, dude. Wild Williams said I needed a 3D printer in my life. Now I have a 3D printer in my life, and the thing is giving me headaches. It is a true learning curve. I finally got it figured out, and I was having issues with seams and issues, and I actually got like this one it printed is really printing nice. And then I got a hold of this other filament and printed it. And there you can see the inner workings. I need to do a little cleanup yet on the insides, but and printing pretty decent. But it looks like it warped a little bit on me. This filament has been a pain to use, and right now it has my 3D printer is completely broke after 2 prints with that green filament. I don't know if it's the filament or what the hell happened, but it will not extract or retract the filament at all. It's completely jammed right now. So I'm gonna have to tear it all apart, get everything out, and see what I can do with it. It takes a bit, yeah, playing with the different settings and figuring out how to print it. And my son-in-law, he got into 3D printing as well, and he's running 3 printers right now, different ones. And he's helped me with a few things that he's kind of learned and figured out. Because initially I was having a lot of problems with, I don't think I have anything here that really shows it very well, but I was having issues with seams and problems, and he showed me how to fix a bunch of that. But here's something else that I 3D printed up. This is glow-in-the-dark filament. My granddaughter loves Stitch. He's going to become a light. So I have an old light that's got a wood base, and he's going to be mounted on it. There's going to be a lampshade and a light above him. So that'll be your night light, and when she turns it off, he'll glow for a few minutes afterwards. So I think he turned out pretty well. That was fun. So that's one of my other little pet projects I've been playing on. Yeah, I want a laser engraver quite badly. My wife actually wants me to get a laser engraver as well. It's just a matter of finding one that's affordable enough for this poor dude to be able to get. Because you want a good one, and you are going to pay for it. But I've even thought, for the stuff I want to do, I'm not looking to do cutting. I'm just looking for engraving. So I may not need a $10,000 engraver. Let's see, let me find what bag I was using. My bag. There we go. This bag. This was my handcuff storage bag. All right, we'll grab this bag. Let's see what all we have in here. Yeah, that. Let's put one right here too. Putting away some of my tools, guys. Dimple flags. I gotta get playing with that dimple set. Let's see what I can do there. Multi-pick. Oh yeah, a laser engraver would be extremely sweet. It would be extremely sweet. Well, again, if you're still out there, Mr. Thank you much for the key, for playing with it. That thing was cool. That is a tiny, tiny key, man. It truly, truly is. I mean, look at how little that thing is. Hell, I'll just put it on a fingernail. There it is on a thumbnail. Isn't that stupid? That is a mini key. So it's pretty neat. It is very cool. It took a little bit to get it to work in my Peerless set, but it did work. And it does work in all the other ones that I have. This is a Southern Specialties item. Or not Southern Specialties, this is Sparrows. Sorry, Sparrows makes this one. And Mr. Skip Hambrook sent it over to see what it would work in, what it didn't work in. It's designed and comes in a key, like a so, or a coin actually. And their thought behind that is that you just carry it in your pocket with the other coins that you may have and just kind of blends in, it's hidden. But you have a key if you need one. Tough to use, but and you got to be careful because it's just rough cut out in there, right? And it's still held on by a tab, so you break it loose. Those edges are pretty sharp, so you got to be careful. But it does work. It does worky. All right. Anything else out there today, guys, in the wide world of lock sport? There. My wife is like, "Why do you have so many locks out?" I said, "Well, so I have something to play with while I'm sitting here on my butt doing nothing." Gotta have that kind of stuff. Gotta. All right, guys. I am going to call her quits and go get some ice on this knee. Yeah, it's a neat half coin. Like I said, he said he didn't work in any of his cuffs, so he sent me one to try. And it worked in my Viper Tech. It worked in my Bulldog Tactical. I got it to work in the Peerless, but it was a tight, hard fit to use. So I don't know. Those are the only cuffs I have, but I did get it to work in everything that I've got. It's a neat concept, neat idea. This little tiny key, I'll probably hide in that little wallet of mine at some point. But yeah, that would be kind of neat, wouldn't it? A Locksport Challenge coin, Shackleman 1, would have that removable handcuff key. That would be kind of cool. That'd be actually pretty sick. You should do some talking, Mr. Mountain Mick. See if you can talk sparrows into doing a custom one like this key coin, because it comes in a whole card like this with some Shackleman stuff to it. There you go. See what you can drum up with your contacts, dude. That'd be kind of sweet. Because I don't think Southern has anything quite like that, and I know he's not going to copy somebody else's stuff to try and make something like it. He does have some other punch-out keys and things of that nature, but nothing quite like that one. So here you go. Have a chat, see what you talk him into, man. That'd be awesome. That would be an awesome little thing, I think. That'd be really cool. All right, guys. I'm going to cut you guys loose, and I'm going to go get my leg up in the air, get some ice going. You guys have a marvelous rest of your weekend. I'm going to try and do a couple other videos later for a couple other giveaway items that are going on out there, or challenges. If you have not done that, you should go check out. I think it's on Broke University. There are some challenge. They do a weekly challenge right now out there that is being done by Mr. Runesmith. He's been coming up with some pretty cool challenges. So go check them out. There's some fun stuff. Check out the... what the heck did we even call it? Good Lord Almighty. Go check out the dog pack as well. If you don't know what the dog pack is, reach out and ask. Be happy to try and share up a link with you to help you join. It is a new server we have out on Discord that has some crazy stuff. So, yeah, check them out. Wild Billiam. What did you send me, sir? Oh, good Lord. Look at the size of that monster. Culligan hybrid. What the heck? That is a monstrous looking machine. What does that thing do, dude? Yeah, he's got some cool ones. I'm going to do the video on the one he has right now. Is doing some not picking in your normal fashion, right? So if you pick pins down, pick pins up, if you're whatever. I'm going to try a little bit of both. I'm going to do some pins up stuff left-handed. I might try and do some right-handed picking. Mix it up, right? Challenge yourself. Because again, you just never know when you're going to hit that door where things just don't line up to pick in the way that you're normally used to picking, and you're going to have to do some weird contortion work to get there, or different hands or whatever. Learn it. Yep. Woof, woof, guys. All right. I'm going to check out this Cooling Hybrid 1. That looks like one hell of a machine. I don't know what it is. I don't have an account to sign in there, so. cadonshape.com. What is that for? All right, dudes. You guys have a marvelous weekend. Enjoy the rest of your time. And I will catch you on the next one. Peace out, dudes.